Hi, welcome to the third recording of the Introduction to Course lecture of the Introduction to Economics course, ECO 210. And last time I have left where I have introduced you the regular assignments and the rules on the assignments. I have taught you, in addition to the 12, 13 assignments you have in the course, which are the regular assignments, you will also have an additional 12 and 13 alternative assignments, and actually you should submit 3 out of 24 to 26 assignments, which means actually you might wait all the way to the end of the semester and just submit in the last week, even the week after that, in the finals, week of finals, the assignments of that week, and I mean the last 2 topics. You will have 2 assignments per week, so basically you will have 4, and you can choose 3 out of 4. But I strongly think that, and I have seen in the past, if you make assignments regularly, if you have done the past assignments, that would help you in the exams. Well, what about the regular assignments that could replace alternative assignments that could replace the regular assignments? Well, basically, you will have one alternative assignment option, which will be either literature review or data report. Literature review will be 1 to 3 page long, and data report and literature review, they will have a length set by me. This length might change every week, between 1 and 3 pages. Well, if you do the assignments, it will replace your worst assignment grades. Basically, that means I will choose 3 out of the highest assignment grades you have done. And if it is literature review, that will be a text that you should review. And if it is a data report, then there will be some data you need to download and basically review. In some cases, you might also have choices. And the alternative assignments will mimic just the regular assignments. I will give them weekly, and basically you have 2 weeks to complete, and then its deadline is exactly the same as the regular assignment of that week. Literature reviews are not just summaries of the articles, and basically they should contain kind of a summary of the text, but actually, I mean, that summary should not be mimicking the text paragraph by paragraph. Rather, it should contain its topic, viewpoint, and the methods used in the article to make that point, basically. And then, this is just one part of it. You should write how and why the text is related to what we cover in the course. So you should connect the text to what we cover in the course, not just basically review the text. And also relate the text to the current economic problems. I mean, how relevant they are from to current economic problems. The text might be on a particular economic problem, for example, related to COVID, but then you should basically also evaluate how well of a job the text has done in, describing the particular aspect of the COVID-19 problem it is talking about. Okay. For the data reports, you need to download data and process it in some way using Excel, which I hope you know, all of you know. Also in the exams, I assume you know Excel. Although, strictly speaking, you won't need Excel. Excel might be useful way to answer the questions in the exams. And strictly speaking, yes, you won't need Excel, but it will make your job much faster, basically. And you need, once you download. But for this assignment, you need Excel. You need to, after you download, process it in Excel and present it and interpret it. The certain characteristics of the data should be interpreted, and then we should also connect the data to the overall economic trends and what does it say on the current conditions of economic system. It might be talking on a particular market in the economic system, for example, oil market, but it might also be talking on the overall economic system. Both are possible. Okay. To submit the assignments, you have ODTÜ-Class. You should submit me through ODTÜ-Class unless you have a reason not to do or not doing so. If you have a reason for to not to do so, then please inform me on that reason. Scanning, taking photos, doing assignment with software, writing using a hybrid method, all are okay. Okay, so you can take photo and put the photo to the in between of the text you are writing, you have written in the Word. That's possible. I pretty much still assume that you, some of you might not be able to access to them. At least strong computer, I mean, and your access to the computer might be limited and your computer might not have that high quality. That's why the exams are also like take-home style exams, not synchronous exams where everyone should write the exam at the same time, basically. But at least you should have some kind of the computer, and the computer will make the assignments easier, as in most cases it does. Exams. Well, there will be one midterm and one final exam, as you know. Both will have a short answer part and analytical part. They will be longer. Short answer part will have 15 questions. Analytical part will have 8 subsections. Those 8 subsections can be divided between as many questions as I like. It might be one question with 8 subsections, or 8 questions basically with one subsection only. And then both exams are take-home type of exams. After the official starting time, you will have 24 hours to submit the answers. I might upload the exam before the official starting point of the exam. I usually do so because I'm afraid there might be problems. Some students might not access, so I won't have this additional 1 hour. Your answer should be original, which means you should not basically write identical sentences with your friends, or well, you might have some quotations, but those quotations in answers should never be more than 50% of your answer. And you should reference those quotations if you have in the short answer parts. Without referencing or having identical sentences with your friends will mean you'll get 0 from the relevant coursework, which might be also the exam. And there are no exceptions for this. Note that it's usually not a big problem, but sometimes it might be a big problem. I mean, this students with non-original exams or identical answers. So note that. I even had once actually 2 students who have sent exactly the same assignments. I mean, take photograph of it and same assignment with exactly copy carboned. Last semester, of course, that's 0. Actually, the official consequence of this is much higher. I mean, if in the disciplinary rules of the university, the punishment of that kind of an action is, I believe, 1 semester you are not allowed to join to the education in the campus. I cannot do that kind of that harsh punishment, because I know in many courses, unfortunately, cheating is done and allowed even sometimes. But I think honesty is important, so at least, I mean, the coursework you have done with this type of cheating should not be graded. That's the least I can do, and that's something I should do for the to be fair to the rest of the class. I mean, to the students who have done the assignments by themselves, by working on the questions, basically. Okay, makeup policy. I allow all of you to take makeup for midterm or final, or both. You can do it. You can do it without a medical report, which means actually, if your midterm or final grade is not as high as you want, you can take the makeup. But you need to start sign a document that will say you want to replace your midterm or final and final grade with the makeup grade, and it is irreversible, which means, I mean, once you decide to replace your grade with the makeup, even if your makeup grade is lower, that grade will be replaced with the makeup grade. So I want commitment from you in that sense. Well, the makeup, there will only be one makeup, and it will be 7 days after the final. So if someone is sick and not able to take the final, we'll be able to recover in the meantime. And also, it will be people will be able to decide after they got the final grade, and there will be only one makeup for both exams, which means the makeup will be comprehensive. But in terms of its style, it is very similar to midterm and final. I mean, same basically. It is a short answer part with 15 questions and analytical part with 8 subsections. Okay, and I will announce further information on the makeup when time comes. Movie review. We will have one movie review. There will be a movie, and I will provide that movie either by link or uploading it to the class, and you will have to review the movie. By the review, you should relate it to also the economic theories we have seen. So it should not be simply a movie review you see in the newspapers. It should not be like that. It should be more detailed movie and related to the economics. And I will give specific details on the, I want in the review. And if you make that review, you will potentially be able to get 3 extra points. If you get 100, if you get 50, you will get 1.5 extra points, which is still not that low, I believe. But anyway. Well, now we can start talking on the course content. The economics has, according to the most economists, not all of them agree, consists of two major fields. One of them is microeconomics, which is basically talking on the specific market of, for example, computers or oil or food. Can be as such as you want. It doesn't look in isolated sense to the customers or companies, but rather studies it within this market. And macroeconomics, which is basically looking to the whole economy of a usually nation. And in this course, we have both of them together. Usually, they are 2 different courses. First part is on micro, but still, I have them in 2 different parts. First part is on microeconomics, and second part is on macroeconomics. And there is one chapter which contains elements of both fields, and that's on the international economics.